Yo guys, this is Reinhardt, and a lot of people keep asking me about my add-ons for my DK. Which add-ons am I using and why am I using those add-ons? And what's the purpose of those add-ons? And they keep asking me on my streams, on Twitch, and on my YouTube channel. So what I decided to do is I decided to actually just come over here and make a video about DK add-ons and why I think the add-ons that I'm using are right now the best add-ons for a DK class. Now, when I say those are the best for a DK class, it's only the opinion. But that is my personal opinion. So let's get started right away here with a few things here. The very first add-on that I'm using is Dominos. The reason why I like to use Dominos is because it's highly customizable. I can hide most of my action bars, and the reason why I like hiding them is because I'm not looking at my abilities, I'm looking at my runes. There's no need for me to look at the Necrotic Strike or Scourge Strike if I'd be looking at my runes. I think the first person who actually started doing it, started using it, and I know a few people actually decided to follow me, decided to use that the same thing, and they said their UI looks actually much cleaner. So that's the first thing. The next thing is I'm using Xperl for just pure aesthetics. It's my party frames, my character, and that. I'm using, however, default Blizzard's buffs over here. And with that stuff, with that said, I'm also be using Debuff Filter that I'm gonna talk to you in a bit. So Xperl for just a regular one. To go with Xperl, I'm also using a range display. That is, you see, it shows the range on my target, on my focus, and on my mouse over, which is pretty awesome. And I'm also be using Ecasting Bar /ECB. It basically shows you the cast time, cast bars. You can actually put whatever cast bars you humanly possibly want, which is pretty awesome. I think it's pretty nifty. So that's about it for the Xperl and how they're configured together. Now let's talk about this one. I have a runes. I like to using Yurij rune display for one particular reason, because I just need a very simple rune display. I don't need to have a runes displayed like a Japanese freaking symbols or something like that. I don't need any of that. The only thing I'm actually need to do is I need to use my runes, make them bigger, make them on a line, show them to my next HP level, so I can look at my runes and look at my HP at the same time. So with that said, now let's look at some of the buffs. I'm using Tell Me When, which shows the internal cooldown, or it shows the cooldowns on your internal cooldowns. Makes sense? No, didn't think so. But it basically shows your proc trinkets and all that stuff, which is pretty awesome for, let's say, weapon enchants who are using it, or for a human decay. The other stuff that I'm using is a debuff filter. It's over there. It shows my buffs under my character name for me to easy track whatever the procs I get, so I can maximize my damage in RBG. That's about it for the debuff filter. It's a pain in the ass to configure, and I'm not gonna make a video about it. I figured out it on my own. Please do your job and figure out on your own as well. It's a pain in the ass to configure. I'm gonna be warning you guys, and don't ask me that, but it's basically how you have 3 different tabs that you need to figure out which one and what and how to set it up. And I just don't think there's enough of demand for me to make a separate video to explain you how to configure debuff filter. And besides, there's a few things that you actually need to download from MMO Champion to a different, like, I downloaded a debuff filter, then I downloaded like updated Gladius. I took a few files from the Gladius, put it into a debuff filter because hasn't been updated in a long time. It's a really pain in the ass to configure, so use it at your own risk, but don't ask me for any help, I would say, because I'm sorry, it's just there's so much I can do. Now that's for my procs. The other thing is I like using tidy plates for regular plates, but for actual procs debuffs above the targets, I'm using a plate buffs. And the reason why I like using it is because it shows the CC in a really big huge thing, and you actually know which target is CC'd or not, so it's kind of can prevent you from actually getting on the wrong target in RBG or in arenas. And I'll show you also the CCs. Like, it's very useful. Think about it this way: somebody fears rogue off of you and he's feared here, you can actually track how much exact timer he has before he can stick back on you, so maybe you can chainavise him after the fear. It's a really good add-on. It's amazing actual add-on. So let's see, that's about, I think, what else do I have left? Anything I have hidden? I think that's about it, guys. Actually, they have for add-ons. Let me just get. Okay, I use Arc Inventory, but that's for not DKs. Battleground targets is for everybody. DKM, actually, I'm not using that DKM, so remove that shit. And I think that's about it. If you guys can see, I have a Gladiator LOS SA, but if you guys saw any of my videos, I don't usually use it. Like here, nothing. It's such an Mongoloid add-on. I actually need to deactivate it or something. I used it before in the beginning of Mr. Pandaria just to get familiar with the new cooldowns of, let's say, like monks abilities or something like that. But after I kind of learned them, I really don't need it anymore. I'm using a loose control. Oh, that's the add-on I forgot to say, and it's called the Necrotic Tracker. Necrotic Tracker. That's the big add-on I actually forgot to tell you guys. Wow. It's /NT test. You basically can show how much necrotics you're gonna have on your target. It's a must-to-have add-on for any self-respectable unholy DK, in my opinion, and probably for most fast DKs. To pop it out, it's NT test. To pop out the loading screen /NT, you have to unlock it and you have to play with it before you can place it. That's about it, guys, for my add-ons videos. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you're not gonna ask me for any more what the add-ons am I using, which add-ons am I using, or what the heck am I using, because it's sometimes can get very overwhelming. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this DK add-ons quick video. Thanks everybody for watching, my friends, and do svidania.